claimed to be the boss of the division.
Fantastic martial artist.
He's a killer. He's a killer.
Okay. I've only had a couple years in my entire career where I really did like 4 or 5 fights a year, and those were always my best years. I feel like it keeps me on track in my life in general. It keeps me focused. Obviously it's hard, you know, it's hard on your body and hard on your mind, but I feel like for myself, I thrive on that, to have something waiting for me, whereas if there's not, maybe I get a little distracted and veer off course a little bit and I slack. So I think the structure of PFL really suits my my personality.
I think it's gonna fit him well. He's a big competitor.
I think the PFL format weeds out the weak, because if you're not willing to press on, the format's just gonna eat you up.
It's a whole new format. And it's a rigorous format. It's a challenging format as a fighter.
I love PFL, the idea and everything about it, and yeah, I think it's going to be good for the world of mixed martial arts.
I think my first year of fighting, I fought 4 or 5 times, so I was already on it back then.
Rory's never wanted to fight less. that's never been a desire for Rory. Hey, can I fight less this year? That's not going to happen. So if Rory, you can tell Rory, if he could fight every second weekend, man, he'd be all over it. In my opinion, Rory, at any given time, at any given day, the best 170-pound fighter on the planet. Within a very short amount of time, he started competing with our fight team. And then a short time after that, he was beating the shit out of everybody on our fight team. The sport was very different back then too. You know, this was pre, you know, athletic commissions being involved for the most part. And so, you know, we were kind of, you know, competing in the shadows a little bit. But I knew if I put a 16-year-old kid into the cage and he got hurt, that would be a very bad look for myself as a coach and as a club. And so there was definitely a lot of pressure there. But the problem is that at 16, I already knew this kid was capable of beating most of the people in Canada at that age even. And so I was in this weird place where it was like, yeah, 16 is incredibly young. You know, we had to get his parents on board. I knew that I would be thrown to the wolves if he ever got hurt. I remember going into that first fight really scared for Rory and for myself.
Deer in the headlights, I was like this, and I stood there when they started the fight. I didn't move, and the guy walked across and went pop, 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 and dropped me into the ropes.
I remember I came out and I think I hit him with like 4 punches, like right off the bat.
I remember that. I was like, all of a sudden I was like, oh damn, this is happening.
And then the fight went to the ground and it just felt like he was like a different kind of animal.
You came back, you took him down, smashed him.
The speed with which he switched up and got past my guard, and I think he went straight to like full mount. It was like 1 second he was standing in front of me and next he was on top of me. He seemed like this nice, quiet kid, but the intensity in the ring was like a different level.
And then went on to do 10 more, went 10-0, beat everybody in Canada you could beat.
I think being the first guy to really get beat up by Rory MacDonald is something that, you know, I still laugh about, and it's a great claim to fame.
I remember when you took on Clay French for the King of the Cage title match, and then shortly after that, we got the call.